It's so great to be in Morocco. I'm Mike Tushman. I'm a professor of technology and innovation at the Harvard Business School, working with OCP on issues of innovation and change. It's a challenge for senior leaders to build organizations that can have two different strategies simultaneously. One strategy is to execute today's work better than anybody in their industry. The other strategy is to explore into some uncertain future. That's what we mean by ambidexterity, to both execute today, execute in the core, and figure out the future before your competitors. I mean, and my colleagues mean by exploit, is to take an existing strategy and execute it better than anybody else. So, for example, we did this work with Enel, an Italian energy company, and partly their job is to do fossil fuels better than anybody on the planet. But that's a dead end, everybody. You cannot just exploit yourself into the future. You have to both exploit really well and figure out the future. So Enel is doing both fossil fuel and green energy at the same time. That's what we mean by ambidexterity. Excellent in the past and creating the future before your competitors. They've got to figure out to do today's work really well and to figure out the future really well. That's organizational ambidexterity. But individuals in the organization are either exploiting or exploring. They're just doing one or the other. It's the organization that has to do both. But individuals in the organization are either running their business exploiting or figuring out the future exploring. They're not doing both. We're separating them out. The way we have found that organizations can manage these two different inconsistent strategies is through strict separation, we call that high differentiation, targeted integration with the stuff to leverage, and really strong senior team integration. Without strong senior team integration, the past kills the future. Universities are a place where students come to learn. They come to learn based on the research of the field. And the role of a university is to teach state-of-the-art stuff. In this particular case, have your students learn about the challenges, the strategic challenges, the leadership challenge, the organization challenges of living in inconsistent strategies. That's what universities can do. One of the key pieces of executing an ambidextrous organization is having an overarching purpose, like bringing phosphorus to life at OCP. That modestly abstract purpose permits the miners to do mining, the manufacturing to do manufacturing, and Innovex to do all kinds of crazy experimentation. What holds it together is this overarching purpose, bringing phosphorus to life. Without that, the past kills the future or the future kills the past. You want to have an overarching purpose so that both can coexist in these internally inconsistent strategies. And the way you create a social movement is to create not only the purpose, but to create a narrative, to create a social movement around that purpose that represent the heroes that we want to be as we create these ambidextrous organizations. Only work in organizations who have passion, purpose, and strategy. Flee from organizations that are just strategy, because that's a dead end in 2025. You have to live into tension, live into contradiction, be able to be consistently inconsistent, and to be able to have head like strategy and heart, which is passion.